Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. Had to change my hat. I realized that I'd been wearing the old deer cap, but with all the new equipment that we've got from Case IH, had to change my hat. Got a Case IH hat now. Gonna zoom in on it there. Yep, Case IH. It's a red farm. Team Red here in almost said Judith Plains, not Judith Plains, Iowa Plains View. So, good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? So I got the trees cut, all the ones that were down there in that area. And today we're gonna buy some more land and do some plowing. It's gonna be a big plow day. Lots of plowing to do. Lots of plowing down over here. But the land that we don't own yet is these fields over here. So it's February now. They planted cotton in this big field. So I think it's maybe a good idea to go ahead and plant cotton all along through here. I'm going to try to plow these together. See if that'll work. But as far as land goes, minus the maple syrup orchard and that last forest area there, and the campgrounds and the biogas grounds down there, we own pretty much all the map. So that's a good thing. Don't think we can really afford the orchard yet, though. So we'll see what we can afford. Let's go ahead and buy these. So this one is going to be pricey. So that's $8.79 for that one. It is fully fertilized though. So it's fully fertilized, ready to go. I don't know if there's any weeds in it or not. I don't see any weeds, but there could be some weeds later. We do have the rotary hoe that we can use on it though. So let's get that. And then there's nothing in these fields, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and get them and then try to merge all this together and have a nice long big cotton field there. So let's get that one. And then let's get that one. All right, we own a lot of it now. I'm kind of curious as to where the border is on this, because if we plow this together and round this out the way I'm thinking, where does that property line stop? So might have to get that, but might not get into the production of that right away. Go see where it stops at. We'll take this edge around down here. Morning, Jeff. Looking straight down through there, it doesn't look like this field is like lined up. Like, you know what I mean? Like straight. Locking in at the zero there. And it may be those fields up there that are not. Maybe they're just kind of over a little bit. You know what? I think that's it. I think they're over a little bit from this one. Good morning, Stins. How's it going? Yeah, that's what it is. They're not lined up with this field, so we're going to change that. I'm not worried about a little strip of cotton. Plowing that up, because we're going to kind of plant the rest of this. I'll make sure I'm lined up here. Did I not lower that? Oh, I'm not on it. Hang on. That's probably why. I was like, wait a minute, that did not go down. Here we go. And it looks like I need to go over somewhere. Why is this not working? Did I not hit Greatfield? Hang on, I gotta turn that on. Okay, it's on. And the plow is down, right? Why does that not look right? Well, I guess maybe I was already over. For some reason it didn't look right. I guess that is the line. I'll have to fix that little blip there. And keep it straight. Oh, there's a save. Alright, this is where I gotta see. I may just go ahead and get that. Because I want to take it up a little closer to that orchard, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy that orchard. I can afford it. Alright. So I'm not going all the way up against the fence there, just a little closer than it is. And that road should be out of the way there, yeah. Oh, got over. Just a wee bit closer. Lock that in. Oh. Morning, Boone. Morning, Yuleberry. How's it going? I'm going to try to curve this around into that. Alright, looks good there. Go back and fix these little spots while I'm thinking about it. Right through there. Okay. And then I think I'm okay down here. There's, well, one little spot right there. Gotta do the mouse with this one. Because if you're on Xbox, I don't know how you would do this. I don't know how the landscaping would work on Xbox like that. Because you can't go any closer. So your square there is kind of fixed into place. You can't go any further that way. So if you boo-boo on the edges, I don't know. How do you fix that on console? If you can't get your square over there. Is there a trick to that? I don't know. Let me fix that right there. Okay. Alright, now I'll come back and get that strip there. Kind of want to move this over a bit. So I'm going to curve this in. Not a whole lot I can do with these corners right here like this, but I can maybe make these curves a little better down here. Just plow straight and slow. Yeah, I guess that's all you can do on console. And you guys don't have the perfect edge mod either. That's... curve this around like this. And kind of curve it around like this. Okay. And And this I'm just going to connect right here. That's not straight all the way down through there. You can see it kind of stairs down to the right there. I'm not going to worry about that. Because if I bring it over, there's too much of a slope where the ditch goes down. And if I use the perfect edge, I'm going to lose a lot up here. So I'm going to try to do these straight. Just like that. Alright. So now let me take out these approach in-betweens here. Already cracked open my, starting out with orange soda. I've already had a Dr. Pepper, and I've got another one on standby. So don't worry there. I've got the caffeine on standby. Okay. What was that? That almost sounded like thunder. Might have been my neighbor. Okay. Best part about this EV GPS, when you lock it in and you go in reverse, it stays locked in. The in-game GPS doesn't do that. If you engage the in-game, well, steering assist, I guess, then you put it in reverse, it kicks it out. It does not stay locked on. It doesn't stay activated. Activative? It doesn't say active. Wow, it's very early in the morning. Activative. Addiction, soda or caffeine, or soda or otherwise, is a terrible thing. I'm addicted to caffeine too. I don't know if it's the caffeine or just the fact that it's, well, it's Dr. Pepper and orange soda. Gotta say, it's either that. I do have water, which I do drink sometimes, but I think I prefer the Dr. Peppers. And what I've got is Dr. Pepper Zero and the orange soda Zero. So it doesn't have any sugar. I think the Dr. Pepper still has a little bit of caffeine, but it doesn't have any sugar in it. And then I've got the Gatorade Zero. Got that in there. And then I started drinking, I got my first case of the Powerade Zero. I like the blue, which is a mixed berry flavor. But I got the Tropical Punch one too. I am not a fan of the Tropical Tropical Punch flavor. Yeah, not a fan of that. I'm gonna take those to work and give those to the girls. I mean, it does not taste like Tropical Punch. It tastes like a late 90s hair shampoo product or something. I don't know. It's not good. It has a very, very strange, weird, tangy flavor to it. Imagine, if you will, like a late 90s perfume, or, you know, something like that. Honestly, if you ever smelled any of the shampoos from the late 90s, that's kind of what it's maybe smells and tastes like. I don't know about smell, but definitely the taste is like, it's a no from me. Now, the Gatorade Zero Tropical Punch, that tastes like Tropical Punch. You know, I think that's more of a Tropical Punch taste, but the Powerade one, no. Not so much. So I'm just going to take it to work and tell the girls that it's got more of like a exotic guava, some kind of really exotic fruit type Tropical Punch flavor, and see if they like them. I don't want them. And I'll probably take them some Snickers ice cream too, just to, you know, say, hey, try this drink. It's not my cup of tea, but here's some Snickers ice cream for you too. Tell you, when you work in a department full of the ladies that, you know, you got to have chocolate. Be it ice cream, be it Halloween candy, be it something of that level. You gotta have the snacks. You bring the snacks, and you know the saying, happy wife, happy life. Really, I need to come up with another saying for happy coworkers. I don't know. Happy ladies, I'll survive it, maybe. I don't know. I need to come up with some other kind of saying. Maybe work wives. Happy work wife. Happy Work life? Sound good. Sounds alright to me. Well, I've never drank shampoo, you know, voluntarily. I mean, every now and then, you know, sometimes you get some in your mouth and you're like, you know. But if you've ever smelled like the late 90s shampoos, trying to remember some of the brand names. I can picture them in my head, but I can't remember their names. If you've ever smelled them, like if of course, Twitchy, you may be older than that era, but when I was in junior high, high school, you know, the girls, you know, when they, you know, you could smell the hair products when they come in, and you take that smell and put it in the bottle of the Powerade Tropical Punch. It's kind of like that. That's what it's kind of like. Yeah. Weird. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the best analysis I can give you on what it tastes like. It's a very exotic kind of. Wow, that's all I got. So go to the store and sniff some of the shampoos. No, don't do that. They probably frown upon that. Don't do that. So it looks like they're wrapping up the tropical season down there off the East Coast. The water temperatures are significantly cooling down enough to where they don't expect any more hurricanes this year. So this will be like the first year in a while that we haven't had like any major hurricanes that made landfall. We did have some hurricanes. We had, what was that? How did you say that one? Humberto and Ilda or something like that. But they didn't make landfall. I know in the years past, you know, 2022 we had Ian, and then 23 we had Milton. Was it Milton? I think it was Milton. So where can I find that deal that's above your gauge? That is for PC only. That is the enhanced vehicle mod. What was that? Was it GitHub? I think it was on GitHub. You can find that on GitHub if you're on PC. It's the enhanced vehicle mod. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Mainly, I just use it for the steering assist. It helps me keep straight lines even on areas that are not fields. So I can lock it in at, so 270 is west and 90 is east and 0 is north and 180 is south. And then if I need to go any other direction, you can set it to different increments too. Yep, enhanced vehicle mod. Fantastic little mod. They told me about that back when we were doing that 16x map when it was still very, very early on in 25 here by NBC Master Dad. It was just, it didn't really have a name. I think the official name of the map was They Made Me Do It, but it was by NBC Master Dad, and needed a mod that I could, you know, plow straight lines, and this was the answer. And then I've programmed it to activate and deactivate on my controller here. So basically you just have to point it in the direction you want to go and turn on the button. Alright. So now we're going to head over to the shop. I got a couple of pieces of equipment I want to buy. Let's go down here. Alright, so we've already got something here. I did buy the Tempo K24. It was on sale. So we have that planter now too. There's a couple more things I want to buy. So we've got we're going to plant cotton over there. But I think the first thing I want to buy is a larger tractor. Probably that right there. Got some of the other ones in here. These are not strong enough. They're not powerful enough. We've got the New Holland that we can get to eventually. That just was released by Hispano. I think I'm going to go with this in-game case. This is the crawler track. Keep it standard probably. Change it to US. Take the plate off. So yeah, this I'll probably use on the chaser bin and the planter. So that's 685. All right. Alright, so then the next thing that I want to buy... Whoa. Got out of the vehicle category there. The next thing I want to buy is this. So we have the in-game case, Module Express Builder. That's the 635 there. We have the John Deere CP690. But then this one is in the mod hub. So you can change this between a 625 or a 635 Module Express. The difference between this one and the in-game one, this one does the module bales that you can cover. I guess they come out, maybe they come out as covered, or you just put that on and off maybe. I don't know, but we're going to find out. I'm going to get this one. And you can't do, the only thing with this one, you can only do Continental, Midas, or the Verdenstein tires. That's it. So, thinking about going with Midas. Yeah, I'll just do some Midas. You gotta trust the Midas touch. I'll just do standard on that. And then we have the mud scrapes off the wheels. We have the logo in the back, so you can take that off if you want to. And then you have the the GPS, so we'll leave that on. We don't want to take that off. And then the triangle, you can put 3 on here, actually. You can move it around. So there's all 3. And the window tint, I think I'm going to leave that. It doesn't have a plate option. I found that kind of weird. Normally all that stuff has a plate option. This one does not. So let's get that. I know it's not time to cut the cotton or anything like that, but we'll have it ready to go when we need it. Okay. And we don't have any loans. So if we need money, we can, get into the loan, but we are making money off of the productions. So we have all that. So here is that. It's basically, it's another 635, but this one does the covered bales. I really kind of like that. All right, I'm going to leave that there for now, and I'm going to get this thing going. Let's see. This takes liquid fert, and I've got some right here that I can fill up with. Actually, you know what? I need to repair that. Repair. There we go. And then I may switch this up a little bit. It only requires 300 horsepower, but kind of wanted this quad track for not only the planter, but the bin chaser too. Because that Magnum, it's been kind of struggling pulling that, especially full. The grain auger wagon, grain bin, grain cart, whatever how you want to call it. All right, let's back up. Go here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch that to cotton so I don't forget. The feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, it's in the the Discord, the Puma Plow Discord, right? On the mod part of Discord. I think I got mine from GitHub when it was still kind of early on. Alright. Need more seed. Hope this fills it up. Yay. I am going to have to plant all of this manually because we have the field, well, half of this large field now, it's already been planted. Alright, we'll unfold that. Steering assist. I guess I'll go ahead and do 2 on the outside. I am going to turn my lines on so I can see where I'm going. Okay. Why is it doing that? Maybe because I was hitting the steering wheel. Stay locked in. Is this actually going to stay locked in around this corner? I was wondering, it wasn't a very broad curve, but it looks like it's going to stay locked on. Cool. I know it'll stay locked on around here. The question is this next corner coming up. That one right over there. It probably won't. That's more of a sharp corner down there. Wow, it's actually going to stay locked in there. Nope, it's not. That's weird. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off because it didn't stay locked. It looked like it was, but it didn't. Not so much. In the future, this might be a good starting point right there. Now, it should stay locked in on this curve up here. Should be good to go. Matter of fact, I'm so confident I'm going to set my cruise control and let it ride. Should be a big enough curve that it should stay locked in. Yep, looks like it's going to. Yay. So if you guys are on Puma Plow's Discord, I posted a ton of pictures yesterday of the new Highlands map. A lot of stuff to it. A lot of great pictures, a lot of great images there. The PDA is there, so you can kind of get a feel for, you know, how the fields, where the fields are, you know, how big they are. I like the train because it's not just a straight line going through the map. It actually kind of curves around in the map. It doesn't loop around the map, but it curves around inside the map. So it's got a little more character to it. There are collectibles. The collectibles, and this is I like this because you ever see the old movies? So it's like you're in a fishing boat or you're fishing from the beach or the bank or something like that, and you see the old movies where you find a bottle and it's got a message in it, and you know how they used to do that back in the day? They would send messages in a bottle. That's what the collectibles are. It's basically messages in a bottle, and you can actually read the messages. It looks like this might be part of like a book or something, like a scrap or something. But that's pretty cool to me. That's going to be probably a day one thing, is probably looking for all the collectibles, and that'll help us kind of learn the map as we get into it. I'm liking the detail of it, of the map. It's really cool. Gonna get that Can-Am ATV and side-by-side. We'll probably start with some older equipment, both in-game and from the mod hub. So, Gonna be a good time. November 4th. Maybe November 3rd. Who knows? We'll see. Probably November 4th, though. And stop there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go across the field here. And I'll probably use the enhanced vehicle steering here. Go across right here. Yeah, there's a tree there. Those trees might have to go. I knew I did too. There's the line. That one didn't curve around like that one did. I don't know if this is actually fertilizing it or... oh wow, it is. Cool. So it is fertilizing it. It's putting the final state on there. So when we go through there with it, it should finish it up. I was worried I was gonna have to come back with the fertilizer and hit that separate, and I may have to on that corner right there. Just a little bit, but for the most part, the entire field should be good to go. It is gonna miss a little in the turns here, but it's not enough to write home about. And again, may swap these out. The only reason I might do it is because it looks like, at least with the cotton, and every crop is different as far as the planting rates go, because it might use other types of crop faster on the seed side, but with cotton it looks like that it's going to use the liquid fertilizer faster than it is the seed. So I may end up swapping the tractors out when it comes to the whatever type of crop it is. If it uses the fertilizer faster, then definitely swap it out, because we don't have a 3-point hitch on the front of this tractor. Pretty sure we don't. No, we don't. So I might use the Magnum to plant with this, because I can put the new tank on the front of the Magnum. Did I show you guys that? I don't know if I showed you guys that. Let's go look at it. So I got this tank. I just gotta find it. I think it's under miscellaneous. Yeah, this right here. This is in the mod hub. You can put a lot of different types of liquids in this, and you can do different capacities with this. If you want to do 3,000 liters, I mean 3,000 liters would be a huge jump over the 1,600 liters that we have right now with the Hardy tank. So you can do milk in the tank, you can do water in the tank, and it changes the logo on the side. So there's milk. There you go. You can do all the different kinds of milk. You can do water in it. You can do diesel in it. You can do the liquid fert, the slurry, or the digestate. So that's basically all your liquid fertilizing. You can do herbicide if you wanted to attach it to a sprayer somehow. I don't know, how would you... I guess if you had like the backpack sprayer on, or one of the pull behind sprayers on a tractor, you can do it that way. You can do the silage additive. And then back to milk. So that's pretty much all your stuff there. And then you have your unrealistic capacities, which goes in different degrees. So the standard capacity would be 3,000. The unrealistic capacities start at 25,000, so you can do all of the categories there. And then I think it even goes up from there. Yeah, it goes to 50,000. Does it go up from there? No, it goes back to 3,000. So you can do 3,000, you can do 25,000, or you can do 50,000. So just keep in mind that the more you know, obviously with the capacity, you're just going to add to it. So that's 48,500 for a 50,000 liter capacity. And then a 25,000 liter capacity will cost 22,500. I don't know. Looking at the tank, it's a pretty decent sized tank. It doesn't actually change its physical size when selecting the capacities. Oh wow, it does change that up though. So that's the liquid fert applicator. It takes away the nozzle. It puts the fuel nozzle on there for some stuff. And then it'll put the hoses on there for the herbicide, looks like, and the liquid fertilizer. And then when you go back to diesel, it puts the actual, fueling nozzle on there. Neat. Cool. So you can change the tank color too. You can change the mount color. Just do like green to show that off. Yep. You can actually make that red if you wanted to. And then the pump color, what's that? Oh, it's the actual pump that sits on top. Okay. I can see that maybe being black though. Either onyx or jet black. Or even silver. Is there like a chrome or something? Don't see a chrome. Could do silver. Silver's kind of a metallic color. Or like a light gray. Honestly, I kind of like the black. I think the black would be good. Or you can make it red. If you want to make it red like everything else, just make the whole thing red. Alright, we'll probably be investing in that in the future. One of my tanks open? Yep. Let's see what my speed is. Set my cruise control. Looks like 12. Heat demand and grain sell point. I wonder what that's for. Really doesn't matter because we ain't got nothing. We really don't. I don't think we have. The only thing we got is soybeans, and I know it's not gonna be that great for the soybeans. But just out of curiosity, let's see if we can find it. Oh, found it. It's for barley. We don't have any barley. Not yet, anyway. We will. Oh, you know what? We still got those green beans and stuff down there. I never did sell those. Well, we'll have to remember to sell those next time around. When is the best time to sell those? So green beans back looks like it looks like September there. 13.75. And then the peas. November there. So really fallish. Fall time for the peas and green beans, I guess. Everybody's gotta have their green beans and peas for Thanksgiving. Oop, I'm already there. Trying to open my Dr. Pepper. Gotta have the green beans and peas for Thanksgiving, so your green beans for green bean casserole. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had a green bean casserole in a while. Green bean casserole, and then your peas and carrots. Jenny and me was like peas and carrots. Really I wouldn't call this overcast, but it's a very cloudy day. Not a lot of sunlight getting through. You can see the clouds kind of going over the field here. Kind of hard to see the textures on the field. Or am I Forrest Gump in an alternate life? Maybe. Maybe. From that day on, if I was going somewhere, I was running. You know how long it's been since I ran anywhere? I haven't ran in a long time. I can briskly power walk. That's about it. I'm not running really much anywhere. Back in my day, I used to be able to run. Back in my 20s and 30s. Pretty much everything pre-40, I was able to run. I remember running to codes. I remember running to births, babies being born. I remember running to a lot of stuff like that. Running to traumas. I kind of leave a lot of that stuff now to the younger ones, the kids. I'll get there, just not as fast as they do. Ooh, they're making chili on TV. I'm ready for some chilly weather. Both in the edible sense and temperature sense. Ready for some chili. I think it's coming though. I think the forecast, and it's always kind of been this way down in the deep south. Usually about here anyway, usually about mid to late October. Usually mid-October we start seeing the transition from the summer humid blistering heat to a comfortable average temperature. So mid 70s range for highs, 50s, 60s for lows. It looks like it's going to start kind of getting into that groove. Not this coming week, but maybe the next week after that. From all the forecasts that I've seen, that's what it looks like. We're getting there. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this too. Because a lot of these fields I'm not going to keep in winter crop. So like you got this area over here, we did soybeans there, but we've got barley over here. We can't harvest that until, what, June? And then it's too late to plant corn or beans over there, so I guess we'll just let that one soybean field there, like right there, let that one kind of follow. And then we'll harvest out of there and then just prep that field for the next year. Depends on where we want to put stuff too, though. This really isn't a multi-crop friendly map. This map is really meant for your, more specifically like your corn, dried corn, stuff like that. It's not really meant for rice. It's not really meant for, you know, certain things. You obviously need wheat for flour to make the pizza and stuff like that. Probably the pies and stuff. Really not a multi-fruit friendly type map. Getting close to the finish line. Wonder if this will let me plant without the liquid fert. I really don't need the liquid fert. Because the field, except for this little patch right there, the field is pretty much fully fertilized. I just wonder if the planter will keep going or if it'll say, oh, nope, you're out of liquid fert. That's where the other deer planter comes in handy because it doesn't use any fert. It just seeds. Morning, Trent. I want to say one of the other Kinsey planters didn't fertilize. I'd have to go and look though. About to find out, because I'm down to 80 liters. N 987654321. Nope, it completely quits. So that means I've got to go get some liquid fert. I'm just running down here to this farm. We got a tank down there. So yeah, this probably will not always be in cotton over here. Probably won't be doing a ton of cotton. What I'll probably do is bale this cotton, sell the cotton, maybe every now and then plant some cotton. Just, you know, if we've got like a ton of the other products that we need. Number one being corn, wheat. Really, I mean, we don't really even need the soybeans so much as we do like corn and wheat. Maybe barley and stuff. Stuff that goes into the productions. Like making flour, making corn flour, making, you know, all of that. Been waiting on Riverbend 4X, yeah. He's working on it. Need a good till then. Where are you looking at going till then? And there's none in there. Anyway, let me take a little money out. You're on the standard version of Riverbend. Getting ready for that fishing expansion. I'm wondering. It's gonna be kind of curious to see, you know, the gates open up to that little area down there on the east side of town. Yeah, I probably am not going back to Riverbend until his map drops. I liked Riverbend, but now that he announced that he's doing a 4X version of Riverbend, I kind of want to wait for that one. I'm good over on Judith Plains and here in Iowa Plains View. And I need to get back over to Westbridge. We started that one and kind of got really heavy into this one. I might do a video on Westbridge this week. Has Stevie announced a time frame for the release of the 4X? I haven't checked his page in a minute. I see the screenshots of the work he's done and the progress he's made here and there, but haven't seen any recently. I'll just read his last post about it here. So this is reading, this is from Stevie regarding the Riverbend 4X map that he's working on. Let's see. Riverbend Springs 4X edit has just had its final detailing pass done. Splines finished, masks all done, farmland is 99% done. All bridges and tight road areas have been made wider. Think I might add 2 more small lakes at 2 of the farm placeable areas. Just need to wait on the DLC update in November to make any changes or additions it brings. Then the map will be released. So I will try and get a few videos of the map done in the next week or so. And then he released a few more pictures. So it's looking really good. The map will not come out until after Highlands comes out. That's understandable because anytime there's an expansion with that much stuff that's coming with the Highlands expansion DLC, you want to be able to put that in. Especially if you're going to have, you know, I mean, it's Riverbend Springs. Come on, you know you're going to want to fish in Riverbend Springs. So, plus he's adding some lakes and stuff in there. So, it's sounding like it's going to be really cool. I liked Riverbend Springs. I've always liked Stevie's maps. Stevie adds a expanded character to the maps too, so... You got NASCAR 25 to play? Mm-hmm. Morning, CM Gaming. How's it going? So yeah, that's the update for the Riverbend Springs map. It's going to be at least another month. More, well, it's going to be more than a month. Because he's got to put in the polishing, finishing touches to the map after the Highlands DLC comes out. It's exactly a week after the Highland DLC comes out? Okay. So we know what Sean's going to be doing for Thanksgiving and Christmas, probably. He's going to be kicking the tires and lighting the fires and racing. Oh boy. You know what, that does help turning the lights on. I really was hoping that Rockstar would announce that they were going to go ahead and release GTA 6 over on Steam as well at the same time that they do for Xbox and PlayStation. But I don't see that happening. Hoping they would take this extra year that they've given themselves to make that so, because I'll be very quite honest, I am not buying a console. Especially all the stuff that's going on right now with, especially Xbox, you know, the Game Pass. all that fiasco that's going on with that right now, not buying a console. Not just for GTA 6. It would take a lot for me to buy a console. A lot to make that switch back. Good morning, Steven. How's it going? So yeah, I don't plan on switching back. I'm very happy with Steam. I've got a ton of games on Steam that are not available over on the consoles. And I've got the automatic updates here. I've got the massive universe of mods over here that I can do, so yeah, not going back to console. Alright, I'm gonna park this over here and get back to plowing. Alright, so we've got all that planted now. Good to go there. We got a field full of cotton. I think that will probably be one of our main cash crops this year, because I think I'm going to do corn over here in that big field, and then probably corn down here. So that doesn't leave a lot of space to plant soybeans. So we might not have any soybeans this year. If I let that field follow, which we've got the barley there, maybe do soybeans there at some point. But I think we really need the more of the corn than we do anything else. Need corn and dried corn. Need corn for the cornbread and dried corn for the popcorn and a lot to it. Could go ahead and plow around the outside of this field and get it ready to kind of merge with this one over here. But I think I'm going to be planting the corn first, so I'll come back to this field. I want to get on this other one first and get it all ready to go. And really, I don't need any straw. We're good on TMR right now. We've got enough straw in there, I think, to last us a pretty good long while. I did go ahead and drop it just in case I needed it. I'll double check it again here. Let's go look at that over there, the TMR mixer. Right there. So yeah, we've got, still 94% on straw. Not even processing TMR right now. I guess I need to check on the cows, make sure I don't need to feed them. Nope, they still got TMR in there. I think Fuzzy gave them some yesterday, so they're good to go. He took the milk up there, so they're good there. They've got straw, so we're making manure. Yeah, we're good to go. Probably need to give them some more wheat. if we have it. And then we never did get going on the pigs here. Might end up selling, I don't know, might end up selling the pigs. Yeah, might end up selling the pigs at some point. Because, I mean, they're not that hard to feed. I mean, if you give them really just the base food, root crop's only worth 5%. You can give them protein and then base food. How many do we have? Can't see the number on that. I'd have to go over there and click on it. But yeah, what I am going to do is curve this around. I want to put a broad curve down here on the end of this because it's kind of sharp over here on this corner. Let's see if my create field is still on. Yep, it's still on. So let's get this going. Can't go too far out here. I want to do kind of a broad curve. Something that our hired workers can kind of steer around, keep it down here where it's level. Just like that. Just giving the pigs the pig food. Where do you get your pig food? Do you buy your pig food or do you make it? You buy it. Okay. If we were to keep the pigs, I would want to make my pig food. I know there's some mods out there where you can manufacture your own pig food. You probably just put all the ingredients in there. Thing is, I really don't want to get into the root crop. I mean, I know we need to get into potatoes and, you know, sugar beets and stuff like that. We're going to need the sugar beets or sugar cane for sugar. So I guess at some point we're going to have to bite the bullet and probably do sugar beets. Need to see if I still have that. Don't think I do. I'm looking for the one that does the vegetables too. Let's see, vegetables right there. Yeah, I don't have it in here. I need to go and get that again. I think it's still in the mod hub. Alright, got that done. Got a nice broad curve there now. Come down and connect these fields together. Let me see how smooth this is down here. I may make this curve right here a little broader. Oh yeah, I can definitely make that a lot better. What I may do is go ahead and plow this out a little more. Clear these trees out of here. Sounds like a plan. Alright, and then probably leave these curves in here. Now this is where I'll do a little expansion. I'm going to bring this curve on down where the sheep and the horses used to be. Bring this field on out this way. I wonder if he got the sound effect for the water over here from a waterbed. Because it really sounds like a waterbed. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or been on a waterbed. But back in the day, I was on a waterbed before, and it sounds like a waterbed. I don't think they make those anymore. Okay. Got those connected. Could plow a little closer to the road over there, but I think I'm going to leave that little bit of grass right there. Just so I can, you know, bring a mower down through there, and if I want to do silage, more silage bales or something. I know we have dedicated grass fields for that now, but yeah, I don't know. I may come back and plow it out. I am going to move that over a little bit, though. Kind of want to straighten that. I think I'm gonna straighten that, because right now it kind of steps northward here a little bit. You can see the step in the pixels there. So where this curve comes out, I'm going to straighten it from there. Well, here's where the curve comes out. Where does it start going back down? Or back up? Right there. Yeah, it looks like right there. Find the 90. Try to straighten this edge. Oop. Look at me, I'm already getting off. Oop, way off. think these trees are gonna have to go too. Just enough to where I can curve it around there. Yep, gonna have to move the truck. Alright, got that connected. So I think now all I've got is the in-betweens to put out, right? Morning, mustache man. Mustache man? Is it mustache? Mustache? I don't know how to spell mustache. Mustacho man, maybe. Mustacho man on a stick. Doing good. How are you doing? Spanning these fields out here on Iowa Plains View by Celobuki. Yeah, just a little field. Not too big. We're taking this field and 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 this former wooded area here and the former sheep and horse area here and basically making it all one nice little field. So, yep. We kind of already did that over there closer to the farm up there. No, we do have some mods. We got a few mods. Not too many, but Got the Plains and Prairie DLC activated. Got the MacDon activated. We've got I don't know what all mods. I'd have to go back and look to see exactly, but we do have a few mods on there. Yeah, this is gonna take a minute to plow out. It's gonna take a minute to plant too. Yeah, let's see. We've got I don't even remember now. So there's a few extra little mods. Most of them are out of the mod hub. DLCs and stuff. Got Hispano's T9. Just a little bit there. Yeah. That's a great thing. The mod hub in the game is full of mods. Lots of mods to help you out. Really a beautiful field once you get all the trees cleared out of here. Kind of like you're on another world. Let's see, this field. Oh no, you sound good to me. Let's see. If I go, I think I'm just gonna do an east and west line down through here and go all the way over there. That's probably what I'll do down here too. And then probably do a little manual in there. And then do a north and south down here. Okay, so east and west here. So we need to be at 270. Locked in. Came off the 270 line a little bit. Alright, that looks like a good pausing place right there. So YouTube, you guys, make sure you check out the next video. We'll be plowing some more, I'm sure. Always a fun time plowing. Alright, until then, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube.